If you've bought a kit from me, you will have a piece of crochet work that looks like this in the kit. And you probably would have come to this video via either the link that is in the kit or the link that's on the PDF. I suggest you download both because the PDF will help you learn your instructions as much as this helps you learn the stitches. The first job is to just pull that up slightly, take it out and put your hook in instead. Your hook is also included with your kit. Now we're going to make 3 trebles. You will notice that along the side there's a hole in each side, and you have 4 more holes that have got stitch markers in. The stitch markers are for your corners, and they are different to the ones in the side which are not marked. Our first job is to make a treble into this gap here. A treble has 3 loops on the hook before you start taking them off, and the way to get that is put the hook under from the front, into the hole, up the back, put over and through. Make sure that you push your hook forward each time. This is important, partly to stop your stitches falling off the hook and partly to get the correct tension. Also, having your stitches all the way down here makes it easier to wrap your hook around the yarn for the next bit. Hook under the yarn from the front. You can see how it's caught. If you keep your head facing down like this, you can pull it through those first 2 loops quite easily. Then hook under from the front and pull it through your next 2 loops. Try not to keep the yarn too tight. You need to let it flow through your fingers as you're wrapping your hook around the yarn. So I'm going to show you that treble twice more because we need to do it twice more into that hole. Hook under from the front, into the hole, up the back of the yarn and over the top, and pull it through. Push it all the way down to the handle. Hook under from the front and pull that loop that you've just picked up through the first 2 loops on your hook, and again push it all the way down to the handle. Then do that again and push it all the way down to the handle. That's your second stitch made. So we're going to do that again. Hook under from the front, into the hole, up the back of the yarn and over, pull it through and push your loops all the way down to the handle. Hook under from the front and pull that loop that you've just picked up through the first 2 loops on the hook. Then hook under from the front and take the next 2 loops off. Can you see how, where's my pointy stick? So now you have made 1, 2, 3 stitches into that hole. You've created a hole here, and we're going to create another hole here. We don't do any chains between the stitches on the sides. The only place we do a chain is in the corner. We're now going to do 3 trebles into this corner. Hook under from the front, into the hole, yarn over and through. Hook under from the front, pull it through the first 2 loops, under from the front, pull it through the next 2 loops. We need to do that twice more in the same place. Now, a mistake that a lot of newbies make is to go into that hole that you've just made instead of the marked one. Make sure all of your stitches are worked into the hole with the marker. Hook under from the front, into the hole, up the back, over, pull it through and push all of your stitches to the top. Hook under from the front and take the first 2 stitches off. Again, push it all the way up to the handle. Hook under from the front, take the next 2 stitches off and push it all the way to the handle. We're going to do that again because we need 3. Under from the front, into the hole, up the back, over, through, push it to the handle. Under from the front and take the first 2 off. Under from the front and take the next 2 off. Now the next job is a chain because we need a chain space to make the corners go square rather than round. Chain is quite simple. It's literally hook under from the front and pull it through the stitch that is on the hook. Then move your marker over out of the way. Hook under from the front and into the same hole. Hook under from the front and take 2 off, and again making sure that each time you push everything up to the top. Under from the front, into the hole, up the back, over and through. Under from the front, take 2 off. Under from the front, take 2 off. And 1 more in this hole. Hook under from the front, into the hole, up the back, over and through. Under from the front and take 2 off. Under from the front and take 2 off. Now you've made a corner, so you can see how you have 1, 2, 3 stitches here. Over here you have 1, 2, 3 and a chain and 1, 2, 3. Your next job is to take your marker out and pop it into the chain space that you've just made. You've made a chain here. A big hole underneath it is called a chain space. Now we're going to do this again. We're making 3 into this one. 1, 2, 3. No chains. We're making a corner into the marked one. 1, 2, 3. Now because this is a corner, we need 1 chain and another 3 in the same place. Move the marker over to work the other side of it. 1, 2, 3. Now you have another 3 in here. 1, 2, 3. And 1, 2, 3, 1 chain and 1, 2, 3. Again, take your marker out and put it under the chain that you've just made. You can see that this is not a perfect square, it's slightly warped. That's because we're going around in a spiral and we have not followed the correct rules for making a proper granny square. But this is the easiest way of learning to make one. The most important thing about making this particular granny square is about getting comfortable with your hook and your yarn and learning your stitches. It doesn't really matter what shape it comes out. However, I'm going to do another 2 sides just to show you. We're doing 1, 2, 3 in that side one. 1, 2, 3 in the marked one, 1 chain, move the marker over to work the other side of it, and work 1, 2, 3. Take your marker out and put it back in to the chain space that you've just made. And one more time. 1, 2, 3. No chains between the ones on the sides. 1, 2, 3. Because we're doing a corner, we need a chain. Move the marker over and work 3 trebles into the other side of the marker. Take your marker out and pop it back into the chain space just above. That's your first round done. Can you see now how this looks just a little bit different? We have 2 holes in the side and 1 in the corner. 2 in the side and 1 in the corner all the way around. This is how your granny square gets bigger, and providing that you work 1 set of 3 in your side, in each of your side holes, and 3 a chain and 3 into your marked ones, you should end up with a nice flat, almost square granny square. Have fun with that.